If you think charging $7 for a double shot iced oat milk latte is a financial crime, you have not seen anything yet. Behind me is the most expensive liquid on planet Earth. It isn't rocket fuel, liquid gold, or a designer perfume. It's the venom of the Deathstalker scorpion, and a single gallon of it costs $39 million. To put that in perspective, a gallon is only about 7.5 plastic water bottles of liquid. To buy that, you'd have to sell about 75 private jets. Along with being super in demand and expensive, venom is awesome. But why didn't us humans get any venom? I mean, even platypuses evolved venom, so why did evolution skimp out on us? Let's look into it. Today, I'm going to convince you that venom is super cool by talking about how it works and how humans are using it to create mind blowing products, which is what makes the market for it so big and expensive. To understand why we didn't end up with this super cool venom, we have to look at our evolutionary history. You can think of it like this. When a species is evolving, it has many character customization options, but limited coins to spend on them. And some customization options are more expensive than others. Basically, when we humans were evolving, our ancestors spent all of their coins on a huge brain and left the biological weapon section completely blank. So instead of choosing big claws, built-in armor, or venom, we chose to be smart, which is a little bit lame if you ask me. Under that biological weapon section, venom is an incredibly expensive customization option. For example, when a South African fat-tail scorpion, which is an unfortunate name I know, uses its stinger, its body burns fuel 39% faster for a whole 3 days just to make up for the energy and protein lost in the production of venom. Since our human brains already consume 20% of our daily energy, we couldn't afford to expend energy towards venom production on top of how much energy our brains use. Our species basically chose brains over all biological weapons, and even though it sounds a lot less cool, it has allowed us to build tools instead. The worst part about this is that we actually have the hardware for venom inside of us. The ability is there, it was just never activated since our ancestors wanted to put their coins elsewhere. Land-dwelling mammals and reptiles share a genetic foundation called the metavenom network, which is a group of 3,000 regulatory genes that manage protein folding and cellular secretions in both snake venom glands and human salivary glands. In fact, our spit naturally contains digestive enzymes called kallikreins. In animals like venomous shrews, those same enzymes were just overexpressed and mutated into blood pressure crushing toxins. So, humans have the genetic blueprint to evolve a toxic bite, but through our evolutionary history, none of our ancestors have chosen to invest in that route. This is a total side note, but I thought it was important to quickly differentiate poison from venom, because they're very commonly used as the same thing, but they have different meanings. Basically, if you bite it and die, it's poisonous, but if it bites you and you die, it's venomous. Poison is a much less expensive and more passive defense, so a poisonous toad secretes toxins onto its own skin, waiting for the predator to try to eat it. Venom is more expensive because it's an active defense. It's injected directly into the target via fangs, stingers, or spurs. This means that, theoretically, you could drink a shot of snake venom and be fine. Venom is made of protein, so your stomach acids and enzymes can rip them apart and digest them. But when venom enters your blood is when it really becomes an issue, which is why venom-carrying species administer it through stabbing of some kind. Within the species that did choose to invest in venom, there's a lot of variety. This venom can differ based on the animal's eating habits, and even differs based on their pickiness, leaving two categories of eaters: generalists and specialists. Dietary specialists eat only one specific thing, like that one friend who lives off french fries and refuses anything else. Because they target the same prey over and over, natural selection simplifies their venom, optimizing it to the exact receptors of that prey. In this case, the dietary specialist venom does not cost as much since it only has to be potent to one type of prey, and it's practically useless against anything else. So, this is a cheaper type of venom that certain species choose within their character customization, to simplify it. The expensive premium venom option is a dietary generalist's venom. These species are not picky and like to eat a lot of different prey, meaning their venom needs to work for a whole buffet of species. For this, they mix together a diverse set of toxins to target many different types of prey. All this being said, I'm going to present 3 cases of species that chose to invest in venom instead of brains to show just how cool venom is. First, we have a generalist, the Amazonian giant centipede. This guy is over 12 inches long and eats tarantulas, mice, lizards, and even bats, which it grabs mid-air while they hang upside down from cave ceilings. Since it hunts many different types of creatures with differing nervous systems, its venom carries a bunch of chemical cocktails to mix. So its venom consists of serotonin, histamine, and tissue-dissolving enzymes designed for overkill across multiple animal phyla. Basically, if the species moves, this centipede has the tools to melt it. Luckily for us humans, though, they are nocturnal and they prefer humid jungle environments away from us human populations. But for some reason, their potent venom makes them popular among the pet trade. Now, listen, I'm all for odd pets, but this guy scares me. Maybe it's all the legs or the fact that it hunts mammals as a bug species, but these guys are just not for me. Secondly, we have a specialist, the emerald jewel wasp. This is actually a very pretty sounding name, but the way these guys hunt is far from pretty. This wasp targets only one specific species, the American cockroach. Its venom is designed not only to kill, but to zombify. The wasp stings the roach in the throat to lock its legs and then performs literal brain surgery to inject a storm of GABA and taurine into the brain's walking command center. This shuts down the roach's escape reflex, but leaves its legs fully functional. The wasp can then lead the giant cockroach back to its burrow by its antenna like a dog on a leash, ensuring a fresh, live meal for the wasp's babies. Talk about mind control. It's like those video game characters that drive around in a mechanical suit, except it's alive and it's controlling its brain, which is super creepy to think about. Lastly, we have the geography cone snail. It gets its name from the map-like patterns on its shell. This slow-moving pebble hunts lightning-fast fish. To catch them, it uses a chemical trap called the Nirvana Cabal. It releases a cloud of weaponized insulin directly into the water. This insulin activates receptors instantly, meaning that fish who swim through this cloud experience instant hypoglycemic shock. Their blood sugar crashes to absolute zero, paralyzing them. It's a more streamlined and toxic version of our human diabetes. The snail then simply opens its giant mouth and vacuums up the sleeping fish. I highly recommend you watch a video of it because it's an insane process, and if I were a fish, I'd be terrified. Through these three cases, we see the amount of diversity within venom. Venom can be used to melt a species from inside out, mind control them, and put someone into instant hypoglycemic shock, and this is only 3 out of the thousands of ways that venom is utilized. Now, since we humans didn't choose to evolve venom, we did the most human thing possible and we stole it. Modern biotechnology has used venom in incredible ways. Take farming, for example. You might know that farmers struggle to keep invasive bugs from eating all their crops, but pesticides become an issue because when killing all bugs, you kill the helpful ones too, like bees. This is where venom can come in. Remember how certain species have evolved specialized venom? Well, scientists can study those species and engineer a venom specific to the harmful bug, therefore keeping all the healthy bugs unharmed. Currently, scientists are engineering a peptide from the venom of the Blue Mountain funnel-web spider. When sprayed on crops, it paralyzes and kills crop-eating caterpillars while leaving honeybees and humans completely unharmed. We have also used the Gila monster's venomous saliva to create a drug that proved GLP-1 therapy works, which is what paves the way for modern weight loss medications like Ozempic. So, what is this $39 million venom that we started with? Part of this high price range comes from the fact that it's really hard to harvest. Scorpions produce tiny volumes of venom, meaning you would need to milk over 7.5 million scorpions to collect a single gallon of their venom. But the real value lies in a peptide called chlorotoxin. This molecule binds specifically to glioblastoma brain cancer cells. By attaching a fluorescent dye to it, scientists create tumor paint. When injected before surgery, it guides the dye directly to the tumor, lighting up the cancer under a special camera so that surgeons can cut it out with perfect precision without having to guess what's cancerous and what isn't. This tiny, deadly drop of liquid helps us to cure the uncurable. From nature's deadliest weapon to our most advanced medicine, venom is easily one of the coolest things on Earth, in my opinion. Thank you for watching.